Namaskar, welcome to Express News. First, the national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated a year-long nationwide commemoration of the national song Vande Mataram, marking 150 years since its composition at an event held at the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium. PM Modi also released a commemorative stamp and a coin to mark the occasion dedicated to Vande Mataram. The program marks the formal beginning of the nationwide celebration from the 7th of November this year to the next. PM Modi termed the song as the undying spirit of patriotism across the nation. He said that the occasion would give us new inspiration and fill the people of our country with new energy. The celebrations at the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium in the national capital witnessed the presentation of Vande Mataram by various renowned national artists. West Bengal's capital, Kolkata, marked 150 years of Vande Mataram with a special event at Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport. Officials, staff and passengers joined in honor and honored the song's legacy and its role in India's freedom struggle. Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath joined a mass singing of Vande Mataram and took the Swadeshi Pledge in Lucknow. He also visited the Culture Department's exhibition marking the 150th anniversary of the national song. Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma attended the state-level mass singing of Vande Mataram at Janata Bhavan in Guwahati, celebrating the song's 150th anniversary. The event marks Assam's tribute to the historic national song. Rajasthan's Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma joined the state-level program celebrating 150 years of Vande Mataram amid patriotic chants and flag-waving. The event, organized in just 3 days, showcased enthusiasm and devotion to the national song. The BJP organized a mass Vande Mataram singing event at Ranchi's Morabad D ground to mark 150 years of the national song. Leaders, workers and students joined in pledging self-reliance and promoting indigenous products. Gujarat Home Minister Harsh Sanghvi also attended the 150th anniversary celebration of Vande Mataram in Bhuj today. The event featured a grand flag hoisting ceremony followed by the soulful singing of Vande Mataram by participants. Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan attended the third convocation of SRM University in Sonipat on Friday. Vice President praised national education policy and encouraged students to blend skills with strong values to build an inclusive and developed India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a rally in Bihar's Aurangabad district. The Prime Minister mentioned that the government transferred a much larger amount to the families of the soldiers in the past 11 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also visited his parliamentary constituency, Varanasi, on Friday evening. The Prime Minister held a roadshow in the city. The Ministry of External Affairs on Friday said that it has taken note of US President Donald Trump's recent claim that Pakistan has resumed nuclear testing, saying that such clandestine and illegal activities are in keeping with the country's history. The PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry hosted the International Tax Conference 2025, bringing together global tax experts, policymakers and industry leaders to deliberate on emerging challenges in international taxation. India's eastern state of Bihar witnessed successful first phase of polling on Thursday, recording a turnout of 64.66%, the highest in the country's history. However, this is not the final figure. It may increase further. India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal visited New Zealand's Telipuke kiwi fruit orchards along with his New Zealand counterpart Todd McClay. Both leaders toured the orchards in the Bay of Plenty. A curtain-raiser press conference of International Film Festival of India 2025 was held in New Delhi on Friday. The 56th International Film Festival India 2025 is scheduled from the 20th to the 28th of November at Panjim in Goa. India celebrates the birth anniversary of the Nobel-winning physicist and pioneer of light science, C.V. Raman today. Born in Thiruvannaikaval in Tamil Nadu, the luminary illuminated the world of physics. Flight operations at Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi were disrupted on Friday due to a technical issue at the air traffic control system, causing delays across multiple airlines including Air India, Indigo and SpiceJet. The 12th SBI Banking and Economics Conclave brought together leading voices in finance, policy and economics to discuss India's evolving banking landscape and macroeconomic outlook. At the conclave, the RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra said, "A more evolved financial system is key to allocation of resources, highlighting the RBI's push to strengthen the role of banks in driving growth." Nebius Group has opened a new data center in London to support rising global AI demand. The firm signed a $17.4 billion GPU capacity deal with Microsoft. The new London hub is powered by NVIDIA. Tesla shareholders have approved a mammoth pay package for Elon Musk, potentially worth up to $1 trillion, signaling strong backing by the company's as the company doubles down on AI and robotics. Over 75% of investors voted in favor, securing Musk's stay for over 7 years and allowing his stake to rise from 12% to 25%, tied to Tesla's future performance in AI and self-driving tech. Indian equities rebounded on Friday. At close, the Sensex was down 94.73 points or 0.11% at 82,216.28. The Nifty was down 17.4 points or 0.07% at 25,492.30. Gold rose on Friday as the dollar slid. Spot gold was up 0.5% at $3,996.67 per ounce as of 05:37 hours GMT, in fact, in the morning. Spot silver firmed up 1% to $48.46 per ounce, but was set for a weekly loss of 0.4%. The Indian rupee ended flat at 88.66 per dollar. This happened on Friday versus previous close of 88.62. The US President Donald Trump on Thursday praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi, calling him a great man and a friend, while hinting that he may visit India next year. Speaking to reporters at the White House, Trump said that his talks with Prime Minister Modi on trade relations were going great. Donald Trump hosted all 5 Central Asian leaders in Washington on Thursday for the first time, a few months after they held separate summits with Russia's Vladimir Putin and China's Xi Jinping. The summit with all leaders came as Washington seeks to expand its influence in the resource-rich region, long dominated by Russia and increasingly courted now by China. Trump said on Thursday that he had a great call with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu amid news that Kazakhstan is to join the Abraham Accords. In a post on Truth Social, Trump added that Uzbekistan plans to purchase and invest $35 billion in the next 3 years and more than $100 billion in the next 10 years in some U.S. sectors. President Donald Trump announced that an international stabilization force for Gaza will be deployed very soon. Israel launched heavy airstrikes on southern Lebanon targeting Hezbollah positions it claims are being rebuilt in violation of the ceasefire. Nancy Pelosi, the first woman to serve as the powerful Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, has announced her retirement. Following Pelosi's announcement, President Donald Trump was glad, and he said that he thinks that she was a tremendous liability for the country. An explosion during Friday prayers at a mosque within the school complex in Kelapa Gading, which is in North Jakarta, left dozens of people injured. Authorities confirmed that 55 individuals were hospitalized with varying degrees of injury. The Dutch Electoral Council officially declared Rob Jetten the winner of last week's election on Friday, setting the 38-year-old centrist on course to becoming the country's youngest ever prime minister. South Korea's military said an unidentified missile was launched from an area in North Korea's northwest region near the Chinese border and fired towards the sea to the east. The Japanese government also said North Korea had fired what could be a ballistic missile that fell outside of the island nation's exclusive economic zone. The United Nations Security Council lifted sanctions on Syrian President Ahmad al-Shara on Thursday ahead of his White House visit next week. Explosions were heard near the army-controlled Sudanese capital Khartoum on Friday, a day after the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces said they agreed to a humanitarian truce. Sudan's paramilitary Rapid Support Forces and the Sudanese army have agreed upon several ceasefire proposals during their 2.5-year-old war, though none have succeeded. Across the Afghan-Pakistan border, cross-border fire killed 5 people and wounded 6 on Thursday, even as both sides are holding ceasefire talks in Turkey to stop recent deadly clashes. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres opened a gathering of world leaders in Belém, Brazil, ahead of COP30 climate summit by declaring that the world has failed to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Antonio Guterres called the situation a moral failure and urged world leaders to slash fossil fuel emissions and protect nature. Time for a short break now. Keep watching DD India.
Tell us whether the British were really interested in religion, or was this all about politics?
The British wanted to know as much about it as they could. But what they got was not necessarily a truly accurate reflection of the lived reality. It doesn't matter what your religion is as long as the man is good.
I cannot not ask you about the Kerala story, that contentious, controversial movie.
It really was not just propaganda, it was just blatantly false.
Welcome back. World leaders launched a fund on Thursday to save the world's forest in COP30 in Brazil, quickly raking in over $5 billion in pledges to reward tropical countries for not chopping down trees. Swedish troops trained with their armored vehicles in southern Sweden as part of an exercise aimed to prepare the unit's NATO deployment in Latvia in January. The India Meteorological Department has predicted a mixed weather pattern across India this week, marked by continued rainfall activity in southern regions and a significant drop in minimum temperatures across northern and central parts of the country. According to the Met Department, heavy rainfall is expected at isolated places over Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Karaikal, with thunderstorms over Rayalaseema and southern interior Karnataka. The Philippines is on alert as it prepares for further storm, for another one that is, Phung Wong, just days after being hit by the typhoon Kalmaegi. At least 5 people died in Vietnam after Typhoon Kalmaegi pummeled coastal regions with destructive winds and heavy rain following the storm's deadly passage through the Philippines, where it killed at least 188 people. The storm made landfall in central Vietnam late on Thursday, uprooting trees, damaging homes, and triggering power outages before weakening, and it moved inland. As this year's deadliest typhoon sweeps into Vietnam, after wreaking havoc in the Philippines earlier this week, scientists warn such extreme events can become more frequent as global temperatures rise. Parts of Spain have been left submerged after fresh flooding struck Catalonia and the Balearic Islands. Heavy rainstorms left Catalan cities underwater while several airports in the region were forced to close due to lightning strikes and strong winds after dangerous weather battered the area. In pitch-dark Amsterdam, French artist James Colomina and his assistant, they installed the first of two artworks in the city's canals. This is to highlight global climate change issues on Thursday. A bear was spotted near an art museum in Sembuka in Japan on Wednesday. Captured by the security camera, the museum was closed and no injuries were reported. A baby hippopotamus at Berlin Zoo delighted visitors on Thursday as it paddled energetically after its mother in the lagoon, marking its first aquatic adventure earlier this week. On Mogadishu's outskirts, camels are confined to pens and fed hay as climate change disrupts Somalia's farming. Droughts and floods threaten livelihoods in the country. In Bad Tolz, Germany, dozens of horse-driven carriages and attendees in traditional Bavarian attire took part in the Leonardi procession, honoring Saint Leonard, the patron of farmers and livestock. In Geneva, stunning diamonds and a historic brooch linked to Napoleon worth millions will be auctioned next week as part of Sotheby's Royal and Noble Jewels sale, attracting global collectors. Morocco is celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Green March in Lyon in Western Sahara, marking the 1975 takeover of the disputed territory with large festivities. At Jakarta Fashion Week, Indonesian designers showcase collections with long skirts, capes and headscarves, emphasizing the country's growing fashion scene. The A-Day people of Vietnam preserve their culture through brocade weaving with patterns symbolizing harmony between earth, fire and life. This tradition, in fact, reflects the strength of A-Day women. Tea has become a daily tradition for all generations in Vietnam, now sold in over 60 countries, including Japan. Vietnamese tea now continues to grow in popularity. A 9-year-old from Mongolia has inspired others with 4 notebooks filled with neatly written and illustrated reading notes. Excavations at the ancient Roman pool in Nigde district, Turkey, reveal it was a healing center. Artifacts like snake-figured altars confirm its role as both a therapeutic site and temple from the 2nd century AD. Actor Robert De Niro received Rome's prestigious She-Wolf Award at a private ceremony at the City Hall, honoring his exceptional career and close ties to Italy. Bazgiret waterfall, located in the Shashat district of Artvin, is in fact a hidden gem in Turkey's Black Sea region. It offers serene beauty at the foothills of the Karchal Mountains. Clinging to the rocky face of Simon della Pala, 3,000 meters above sea level in Italy's Dolomites, has now been airlifted to a new spot symbolizing alpine heritage after numerous rescue and research missions. The OTT hit Stranger Things premiered its 5th and final season at the TCL Chinese Theatre on Hollywood Boulevard. The show is about a group of friends in 1980s Hawkins, Indiana. As Stranger Things ends, actress Millie Bobby Brown expressed sadness, calling her last call sheet and premiere the end of an unforgettable chapter. Warner Brothers is reviving the Gremlins franchise with Gremlins 3 set for a worldwide theatrical release on November 19, 2027. The Women in Film WIF Annual Awards, it's a gala held Thursday at the Beverly Hilton and themed Unity celebrated stories that champion equity, sustainability in the entertainment industry. American actress Jamie Lee Curtis headlined the 2025 WIF Gala, where she was presented the Jane Fonda Humanitarian Award by Fonda herself. Kirsten Wiig, star and executive producer of the OTT series Palm Royale, was honored with the Icon Award for her contributions as a storyteller. The German actress Diane Kruger on Thursday inaugurated the Christmas window displays at Paris's iconic Printemps department store, showcasing a festive New York-themed spectacle. The highly anticipated video game Grand Theft Auto 6 by Rockstar Games has been delayed again and is now scheduled for release 6 months after it was originally planned in May of 2026. The first song, titled Chikri Chikri from the Telugu film Peddi, starring Ram Charan and Janhvi Kapoor, is finally out. The veteran Bollywood personality Zareen Khan, wife of the actor Sanjay Khan and the mother of Suzanne and Zayed Khan, passed away at the age of 81. In sports, Hockey India celebrated 100 years of Indian hockey with nationwide events led by a major ceremony at the New Delhi Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium on Friday. Hockey India went all out to celebrate the momentous occasion in the presence of legends of Indian hockey, current men's and women's team players, and the Sports Minister of India as well. An exhibition match was organized between the Sports Ministers 11 and Hockey India 11. In a first, active Indian hockey players were divided between the two teams for the mixed hockey match. The World Cup winning women's cricket team members Amanjot Kaur and Harleen Deol, they were welcomed with sweets and beats of the dole by the families as they landed at their home base on Friday. India's World Cup winning star Richa Ghosh, she received a rousing welcome as well as she returned home to Siliguri on Friday. South Africa defeated Pakistan by 8 wickets in the second ODI at Faisalabad on Thursday. With an unassailable 2-1 lead, Team India are going to be looking to finish their tour in Australia with authority when the two sides clash in the fifth and final T20 International in Brisbane on Saturday. The former skipper of New Zealand, Kane Williamson, has missed out from the squad as New Zealand announced their ODI squad for a 3-match series against the West Indies, starting at home from November 16. In the FIDE Chess World Cup, Grandmaster Vidit Gujrathi came out triumphant against the 12-year-old Oro Faustino of Argentina, to reach the third round on Thursday. He's now played in the third round, first game today. Grandmaster R. Pragnananda also made it to round 3 after a fighting battle against the young Uzbekistan-born Australian Timur, and that was also a great match. India's para-archer Sheetal Devi achieved another historic milestone after she was selected in the able-bodied junior team for the upcoming Asia Cup Stage 3 in Jeddah in December this year. In tennis, Serbia's Novak Djokovic claimed the 200th indoor win of his career, and he reached the Athens Open semi-finals on Thursday. Aryna Sabalenka rode back from a slow start to beat Coco Gauff 7-6, 6-2 and clinch a semi-final spot at the season-ending WTA Finals on Thursday. The Olympian Philippe Goldberg of Belgium has been appointed as head coach of Surma Hockey Club ahead of the second season of Hockey India League. The Manchester United boss, Ruben Amorim, has responded to stinging criticism from club great Cristiano Ronaldo by urging fans and pundits alike to look forward rather than to dwell on the past. Thank you very much for watching the Express News. Namaskar.